Calculations, Analysis, and Conclusion. To find the period of the pendulum, divide the recorded time, or elapsed time, by the number of swings n. And you'll fill in this column here. We'll put a couple in here. They're pretty straightforward. 17.23 divided by 10, 1.723. Skip a couple, go down to here. Skip a couple more. And what do you notice about the periods here? Pretty much all the same, right? So the question is, what is the effect of the mass? We're changing the mass of the bob here. And the displacement, we're changing the angle that we let it go. So what's that effect on the period? Stand by in 2 slides for the full answer. Calculate the period for each of the different pendulums in the second part of the lab. What is the effect of the pendulum length on the period? So we'll do a couple of these. The first one will be 0.869. Skip 1, we get 1.542. And finally 2.012. So let's move on to our next slide for the answer. Varying the mass and the displacement do not affect the period of the pendulum. Changing the length of the pendulum changes the period of the pendulum. And both of these were predicted by our period formula here, 2 pi times the square root of L over G. You don't see mass or displacement there, so we would predict that it doesn't affect it. And thank goodness that's what the lab showed. Changing the length does change the period, and bigger length, bigger period.